Imagine training your whole life for one shot, and the moment you finally get it, nobody hands you a map for what comes next. That's exactly what happens to thousands of young professional athletes every single year, and almost nobody talks about the real reason behind it. We hear the same tired excuses: he bought too many cars, she trusted the wrong people, he partied too hard. But those explanations are just the surface. The real story is much deeper, and once you see it, you'll never look at sudden wealth the same way again. Psychologists actually have a name for this pattern. It's called sudden wealth syndrome, and it doesn't just affect athletes. Lottery winners, startup founders who cash out early, and even people who inherit large sums all show the same symptoms: anxiety about losing the money, guilt around family members who didn't get any, pressure to prove the money was deserved. The human brain simply isn't built to process a life-changing number overnight, and that's the piece most people miss entirely. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Financial researchers have studied lottery winners for decades, and the data tells a shocking story. A large share of major lottery winners burn through their winnings within just a few years, landing right back where they started financially. Sound familiar? That's because the mechanism is identical. It was never really about basketball contracts or lottery tickets, but this is where things get interesting. There's a financial tool that almost solves this exact problem, and barely anyone uses it correctly. It's called a structured settlement or annuitized payout, spreading a lump sum across years instead of releasing it all at once. Some athletes negotiate deferred compensation for this very reason, stretching signing bonuses over a decade so the money matures alongside the person. The players who do this rarely make headlines for bankruptcy, and that's not a coincidence. The surprising part is that financial literacy alone doesn't fix this problem either. Studies on lottery winners and athletes both show that knowing the facts about compound interest or budgeting isn't enough. What actually protects people is structure. A trusted team, automatic systems, and delayed access to large sums, removing the moment-to-moment temptation completely. Family offices protect multi-generational wealth. They don't just educate the next generation, they build systems that don't rely on willpower alone. So the next time you hear about an athlete losing millions, remember this. The failure was never a lack of intelligence or effort. It was a system that built champions on the field but forgot to build a foundation off it. The money arriving and the person being ready for it is quietly repeating itself in lottery offices, meetings, and startup exits every single day. The question isn't why they lost it. The question is why we still aren't fixing the system that keeps producing the same story.